Once you put a uniform on, it's never about yourself. It's about the person standing to your left and your right. Most people look at Veterans Day as just a day off. It's never about just having a day off or a bigger discount at a store. It's about the people that lost their lives for this country. For me and you to have the right to vote who we want to vote for, to feel the way we feel, to dress the way we dress, and that alone is priceless.
I would work on the simulator, which is a cockpit hooked up to a computer which simulates flight. The armament simulates emergencies, and the pilots have to react and fly missions in the simulator, so that when they actually fly the aircraft, it's second nature. They just know where every switch is in the cockpit. They can find it with the lights off. The first wave of the first Gulf War with Saddam Hussein invading Kuwait, when we went in and got him out of Kuwait, the pilots I helped train were the first pilots in the actual evening where they went in and bombed Iraq. Some of the pilots I knew didn't come back.
A lot of people, like myself, decided to go after 9/11. There was a good chance that you would get sent overseas to a combat situation, so it's a huge sacrifice. Hard on families, you're away from, everybody.
My number did come up, but before I was drafted, I wanted to pick the branch of the armed services that I wanted to go into. I had talked to a bunch of people before, and they told me that the Navy was the end thing at that time. So we patrolled up and down the coast of Vietnam, about a mile and a half off of shore, shooting those big guns in to support our military.
I served 20 years in the United States Navy, and I did a bunch of tours, deployments, because I was in a seagoing rate, and my rate was basically on steamships, and ships always sail. So that's where I spent most of my career, is on ships and at sea. I missed a lot of anniversaries, holidays, birthdays, Christmases, all of that. If you pull in the port, you want to make a phone call, you had to go to a phone bank, and you sign in and you stand in line for maybe an hour or so trying to get on the phone, and the time difference, you try to time it right, but sometimes you just had to make the phone call. You couldn't wait till morning, or it'd be 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, you call home. Or it's in the middle of the day and you're hoping somebody answers. Veterans Day means honoring the people that serve, to go out and recognize them and give them a pat on the back and say, we appreciate what you're doing, appreciate your service, and it makes them feel good.
Veterans Day is a special day to focus our attention on recognizing and saying thank you to all veterans, their families, and their loved ones. It is every day we should say thank you to you, our country's veterans, as well as their families, for the service and sacrifice you have given to all of us. It is your brave and courageous, selfless gift of service, usually given in the prime of your lives, which affords us freedom and life as we know it in the greatest country on the planet. It is an honor for me to lead JEA, knowing that over 20% of our team has served or is serving in the military. To these men and women and their families, and to all veterans, I sincerely and humbly say thank you for your service and sacrifice.